The cost of compassion. This comes from a teaching from Dr. David Jeremiah of Turning Point. Finally, all of you be of one mind, having compassion for one another. Love as brothers. Be tenderhearted, be courteous. That comes from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. We often hear freedom isn't free. Likewise, we refer to salvation as a free gift. It was free to us, but it was not free for God. His love for us was paid for with the life of his only Son. And the recommended reading comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2 through 5. That in the great trial of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty abounded in the riches of their liberality. For I bear witness that according to their ability, yes, and beyond their ability, they were freely willing, imploring us with much urgency that we would receive the gift and the fellowship of the ministering to the saints. And not only as we had hoped, but they first gave themselves to the Lord, and then to us by the will of God. Continuing on, love and compassion always come with a price in time, talent, or treasure, and often all three. Jesus illustrated the price of compassion in his parable of the Good Samaritan. The Samaritan man who helped the injured Jewish man paid with his time. He interrupted his own travels to stop and help. He paid with his talent. He employed his creative compassion to make arrangements for the man's care, and he paid with his treasure. He paid out of his own pocket for the victimized man to be cared for at an inn, or hotel, what we call nowadays. Jesus' story illustrates that love and compassion are not free. It will cost something to be compassionate to those in need. Yes, it does. Take a moment today to pray for the grace to expend time, talent, and treasure towards those in need. Biblical orthodoxy without compassion is surely the ugliest thing in the world. And there you have it. The Cost of Compassion by the Reverend Dr. David Jeremiah.